Okay, so basic movement, circling, pendulum, all looking good. Well, now let's start throwing hands, all right? So first punch we work on here is just our lead jab, all right? Left hand, boom, right here. Now the goal of the jab is not to knock people out, all right? It's to range and to touch them, right? So when I throw my jab, it's my least powerful strike because all your power comes from your hips. So when I'm throwing a jab, my hip rotation is somewhat minimized, right? Because my hip is here and I'm getting just a little twist, all right? When I'm starting like this, bing, I extend my arm. I don't lock my elbow, but my arm's fully extended. My goal when I make a fist here, knuckles this way, yep, and you want to bring this thumb in here because you don't want it to get that caught because then you're going to jam up your thumb. And the hitting surface is typically right here, boom, right? So you're making a plane right there, and that's where you want to hit, okay? You don't want to hit with these two too well, all right? These guys here are going to be doing the damage. So sometimes you got to roll your hand even a little bit down, not too much, but just like right there, so you hit square, okay? When people in fighting, when they break hands and they break their wrist or whatnot, it's usually because they hit off angle, wrist rolls, right? Or if you hit too high this way, it rolls that way. So you want flush, all right? And your arm, essentially, you want to try to create a column, right? So it's going straight in. If I'm punching upwards or punching downwards, there's more likelihood your wrist is going to roll. The other thing, when you're doing especially bare knuckle, the grip of your hand has to be very tight. Because one, you actually lose power if your hand's loose. Because as I hit the guy, if my hand's loose, it starts to compress, and that takes away some of the sting of the punch. So I want to hit with a really tight fist, boom, because that essentially, all the shock, the force is going directly into him. If my hand's a little loose, that's when you get tendencies to roll your wrist, right? So we don't want to have our hands tight the whole time because that drains energy also. So my hands are open, and then just before impact, boom, it gets tight. Yep. And then if you extend that hand, go ahead, and just hold it there. So a few things, this is good, this is good. Shoulder, you're gonna raise it up high and chin down, exactly. So if I try to counter you right here, your shoulder's blocking your chin because your chin is a big target that you do not want to get hit, especially sideways, that's a likelihood of knockout, right? So if I'm here and you throw your jab, bing, excellent. And the other hand's up high, great. Then the other trick of the jab is just as fast as it comes out, comes back in, right? Think of the whip. I don't want to just and let go of the whip. I have to crack and then bring it back, right? So your jab is exactly like a whip. You just whack, boom, and back. Boom, yeah. So what I tell people, you don't post your pictures, right? So don't hold it out there. Okay. You just whack, whack, boom. And you can hit my hand. You can hit my hand there. Bing, good. Bing, good. And then, again, that thumb, make sure it stays in tight. Yeah. Bing, good. Boom, good. Now, one thing we're going to add to this, whenever we strike, we do a breath out, right? In the traditional martial arts, you're kia, right? You don't have to do anything like that. You know, in boxing, it's usually like, right? Because the whole thing is your body always remembers to breathe in, doesn't remember to breathe out on his own. That's why you see dudes arm wrestling, and they're just like, they're not breathing out, right? So in order to make sure you keep breathing, every time you strike or you do any type of physical effort, it's I don't want to go like, ha, with my mouth open also, because if my tongue sticks out and someone hits me, now you just bit off your tongue. So teeth together, again, fighting, you're usually wearing a mouthpiece or whatnot. So just a little short breath. It could be whatever the hell you want, as long as you're breathing. Exactly. Boom. And you want a little looser on the entry, right? Like every so often, even when you're fighting, you might just want to shake it off. Get loose. All right, I'm here. Boom. I want that hand to whip. Boom. Yeah. And we'll get some pads here. Where are they? Oh, there they are. All right, so example, with the pads, if I'm going to feed you the jab, is just gonna come across. Now, you don't have, I don't want you to, when you're working pads, you're not working power. You're working speed and precision, okay? So I don't want you, and the other thing is, we're not wearing gloves or anything right now, so if you throw very hard, you'll probably hurt your hand, because you're not used to it yet. So just light, all right? So if I'm here, I pull the jab, boom, that's it. And breathe out, all right? There you go. Good. That's it. Keep those hands up. Yes. Good. 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 And remember that thumb. Keep it. Yeah. You're having the tendency to hold it here. Yeah. Right? And again, this, you get your thumb jammed really bad. So get used to this. So when I'm loose, close. Loose, close. Loose, close. Okay. Yeah. Boom. Good. Nice. Boom. Good. Now, we'll do, a common thing to do is a double jab, right? So I was talking about we're using the jab because we're not trying to knock him out. We're trying to establish a range, and we're trying to tag this guy up. Good targets for a jab, nose, eyes. If I hit a guy's nose pretty well, I could get his eyes to well up, maybe break his nose, impairs vision. Hitting the eyes obviously impairs vision, right? But when I'm here, my jab has to be able to penetrate your guard, right? Because you're gonna have your hands up, you're defending. So when I hit my jab, boom, I'm trying to aim there. Now, if I'm out of range on my first jab, or you block it, right? Let's say, like, exactly. It's literally like a cat's paw. You're just catching it, boom, right? And just pat it down. I might go one, boom, second, right? So my double jab in full speed is here, boom, right? But it's not fully cocked, right? It's 1, 2, boom. But it's light. I'm not going heavy. And there's an emphasis, right? Kind of like, I don't know if you speak Spanish or whatnot, how they have accents, where that's the part of this, the syllable of the word you pronounce stronger. So in boxing, it's the same. I'm not going, right? That would be like double, exclamation mark, right? It's, the first punch is light, the second is heavy, right? So my first jab is meant to distract, right? And then the second one is the one that I'm trying to sting. All right. So if you're going on me, you go pa pa, and then the second one pops. Yep. Boom, pa. But both of them, you'll throw both. So throw both. Yeah. So you're throwing both. So if you watch me from this angle here, right? So it's 1, 2, and the speed also comes from my feet, right? If you watch my feet when I'm doing this, forget about my hands for a second, right? Yeah, because that's where your power is going to come in. The difference between a light jab and what you hear people call a stiff jab is a stiff jab has leg drive into it, right? Because I'm driving into it, so all that leg power is coming out to my hand. Like you're not gonna knock somebody out like this, just with your arm. Does nothing. That's like a slap. The power is from your hips and legs. So here, a good stiff jab, you'll hurt somebody, But if I'm doing a double jab, it's like 1, light. Right? So I'm extending on that second jab. So here's this here, bing, yep, bing, bing, pop. There you go, and just double tap. That's it. Good. Now I want you to think of the exclamation mark, right? So first one's light, second one's heavy. So you're trying to go fast. Just hit it, don't worry. There you go. That's it. And again, I want speed. Try to go as fast as you can. Wow. Boom. There you go. That's it. Okay? So your double jab. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. That way you'll be alerted when the next video drops. Now, if you want to get more videos like this on a daily basis, go and visit my membership site at ffacoach.com. We have online video curriculums, our daily videos, and you can get bonus courses like the Kimura Trap System for free when you enroll today. So go ahead and help support the channel and visit today.